Hello out there in YouTube land. Well, the cable hadn't come in yet. I had to walk around a little bit. I don't know whether you see me or not. The cable hadn't come in for the sawmill, so I decided got to do another piece of wood. So this one came down in one of the recent storms, one of about 4. You can see it. It is right long. I'm coming up and kind of assessing the nonsense on it. It looks like a pretty good, up to about here, it looks like it's pretty good firewood this way. I don't know about that way. I haven't got into the saw. I'll probably bring the bobcat up and raise it up so I don't have to bend over. But right now I'm just kind of checking it out, see what it is, get a few rounds. This tree started out when I just came up here a little while ago. All this, you can't see all the brush over here. Maybe you can see it. There was just a ton of brush. What happened was, somewhere up there, I don't know, it snapped off a hickory tree. And hickory tree was stuck in the wire right here. So I had to get rid of that. That's what all that stuff down there is. If you guys are into saws, I see all this big saws, big saws, big saws, big saws. And this new I-500, this is the saw you want to get right here. This is a MS, I don't know if you're in there, MS 201TC. It's my go-to saw. I saw more with this than I saw with any saw. It's light, it's very comfortable to use and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, if when you're cutting bramble or branches and stuff like that up there, you don't need a big heavy saw. It's just kind of works you to death for no reason. Anyhow, what my plan is to cut this up, see what it is, then get ready for, I'm going to tackle this one. Because it broke off, I can't get you up quite high enough. I got to turn it a little bit. Whoop. Let's see, where we at? I don't think it's more, I'm going to give it 20 foot up there. But I'll have to take this off the stand for a minute. It's not a nice tree. This one here goes up to Never Never Land. You can't even, maybe you can get it. We'll walk over to it. It's got a lot of rot at the base. It got hit by lightning. I've had it in a couple other videos. When the forestry people were out there, they took pictures of it because they said they'd never seen one hit by lightning quite as bad as that. This thing, like I said, I had other videos. See, it blew big strips out of it. See this strip here is something that all those down there were blown out of it. It was a thing from the bottom all the way up to the top, but it was dead prior to it getting. There's the rest of the limb that was over it. Now you can see why I never cut it down. It just looks scary as crap to me. But now that this side here looks safe, but you can see a crack here. I don't know whether you guys can see the crack going down here. So it bothers me. This one here's got enough stress. So you can see where it got the hypoxylin disease on it. That's what's killing these things up here. And it's all the way up there. So anyhow, I'm going to let you guys watch me cut a log up. Boy, that's almost like watching paint dry. No, I don't have my safety pajamas on right now. I'll put them on a little later when I get into something that maybe I should. I find that I trip like that just there more than I do without them on. I don't know whether you saw I got the helmet on. When I'm in here in these woods, man, they're dropping limbs everywhere. So I kind of got my hard hat on because it's harder than my head. Bugs are bad today. It's not beastly hot for a change. So you're going to kind of catch the back of me. I think we got it here. I'm going to be using an old Antico 41. I got to get my eyeglasses on and my mittens on. Sometimes I wear mittens and sometimes I don't. But this one's one I'm going to. Now basically, like I said, I'm just cutting this up to see a sample of the wood. I got an empty crate. If you saw the last movie, I got an empty crate down at the wood splitter. What's nice about that wood splitter and being stationary, I can cut these in the woods, bring the bucket up, load the bucket up, take it down, and I'm all set, ready to go. I don't have to load them and reload them and stuff like that. Wrong saw. Let's see if this old beast will start. Sometimes it doesn't like to start. I gotta try the other saw out too. Here. Well, Crazy Nut Solid Wood. That stuff is red oak, if anybody wants to know, and it's rotted in a little bit, but not too bad. I don't know if I'm still on that camera. But perfect firewood. It's got about an inch of rot around the outside. Won't know until you really get it on the splitter. But it ought to dry out pretty good, pretty fast. I'm gonna see what I can do with this. Let's see where that's cut. I got to cut behind the tree. See if I can't get some of that nonsense up there off. Those are easier to pull out and use, or maybe I don't know. Let me see what I can do with this. cooled down enough. I didn't bring enough instruments of destruction down to go much further. I'm not gonna dig into the dirt. I try not to dig into the dirt. I don't kind of like it. Not too good on the chainsaws. That's not a bad cutting chainsaw. That old 041 from, I think at 82, still seems to be hanging in there. I'll probably come up and stand this up with the Bobcat. I'm not sure. So the next step in this ordeal, I'm going to get the 66 out with a 24-inch bar on it, and I'm going to see how it does in some of this wood over here. See if the blade's good enough. If the blade's good enough, then I'm going to tackle the one side of that and go at it from there. So I'm going to bring you back when I get ready to do all that, and cutting awkward stuff like that, which could throw you around. I'll probably put my safety pajamas on and probably a few other good things. So that's it for this one. This will be a short one because I just don't have the cable for my, I'll tell you what happened on the cable on the Sawmill. I called up Monday, I think it was, to order it from a local company down in Baltimore, which is only about 30 miles away. I'm not good enough to dry saw. My mind gets all kaboobulated. I'm really not that good of a driver anymore. I'll be 70 soon. I just nowhere near as sharp as one needs to be driving on that Baltimore Beltway and all that kind of stuff to get to that place. So I ordered it, and I said, you know, what's it going to cost? Well, we went through that. I think it's like $2 a foot, so, you know, 160 bucks, that's fine. I chose the American USA steel over the other steel, so that's all right. So I go, how much is shipping? The guy goes, $75. I said, wait a second, that ain't right. We ain't shipping it for $75. For $75, I'll drive over and get the stuff. I'll put up with the traffic for that. And so I said, well, let me see if it can go UPS. Yeah, it can go UPS. It'd be a lot better because it only weighs 20 pounds. I said, that sounded a little light, but who cares? UPS, but he didn't really give me a quote. So yesterday I called over there and go, just kind of wondering the status of the cable that's coming over here. You know, did it get lost in transit or something like that? Oh no, we haven't shipped it yet. We didn't send it out yet. It's just sitting here at the counter, but you can pick it up. I'm going, oh man. I said, I don't believe this. So that's where that cable's at. Kind of, you know, they could have called me, let me know. They had my email, they had my phone number, they had my cell phone number. Man, they had everything you can imagine number, but people you just don't get good service at places anymore. It's kind of sad. So anyway, that's it for this one. Over and out, guys.